Hello, chat. What is up? How's it going? Let me you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make you a little bigger on the screen. How's that? All right, chat friends. We're here. The Hobbit set. So their full set is out. We have a lot of cards to look through. And I'm going to be going over all the different stuff. We have the Hobbit stuff. We have the Hobbit Eternal, which is like the supplemental stuff. Um, Now, there's one thing I want to say, though, is every time I do one of these set reviews, there are people in the comments on YouTube, and they go, oh, set review starts here, and then they do a timestamp. And they timestamp to the point where I'm talking about individual card designs. That is wrong. That is not where the set review starts. The set review starts when I start talking about the set. All right, when I'm talking about the theme or artistic design of the set, when I'm talking about reprint quality, that's all part of the set review. All right, it's not just the individual cards in the actual set, because the reprint quality of the set determines, whether or not it might be more or less value to buy the set. That is all part of the set review. So if you're watching this later and you see a comment with a timestamp, ignore it. The set review starts now. Okay. So, let's talk about reprints. A lot of people were wondering, are we going to get original Lord of the Rings set reprints in this set? And the answer is no. They are reprinted here as the classic artist cards. And, I'll say, personally, I think these look really good. I think these are all super sick. This Orcish Bowmasters is awesome. I really like a lot of these. Last March of the Ents, this one's really cool. This Flame of Anor is going to look insane. I like this Lotho. He looks funny. Here's the thing. You'll notice there's this one, the foil one, and then it's just the old set. This isn't in the main set. You're not going to open these from packs. These are all box toppers. So if you were like, oh, finally, One Ring reprint, it's going to go down in price, don't get your hopes up. Do not get your hopes up. Box topper reprints are not going to affect the value nearly as much as if it was a main set card. So that is one of my big frustration points with this set is a lot of these cards really could have used a reprint. Like Delighted Halfling is not a cheap Magic the Gathering card. It really could have used a reprint here, and it could have easily been in the set. You could have had a Smiling Halfling in this set, right? In the Hobbit set. But they chose not to, which really sucks. Now, you can get them in collector boosters. This is correct. In non-foil and surge foil. I think the regular foil is the box topper only. Which is good. It's better than it just being a box topper. But, and I was gonna move on to I was gonna get to the collector boosters in a second. But someone already alluded to this in chat. They're like $1,000, right? We'll get to the scene box in a second. The collector boosters are like $1,000. So again, how much is it going to affect the price? Oh yeah, the Mox box topper and Aether Drift did nothing to the price. That's true. Was it Mox Amber? Was it Mox Amber? No. They reprinted Mox Amber in this one. This is like the special one. What was the Aether Drift box topper? Which box was it? Oh, Mox Opal, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Am I missing something? What was the Aether Drift box topper? Moxen. Chrome Mox. There we go. Forgot about Chrome Mox. Here it is. Yeah, as you can see, this didn't really affect the price of Chrome boxes. This is a crazy Chrome box, by the way. This looks sick. It even comes in piss foil. Um, yeah, so don't expect these to come down in price particularly. Yeah, what up, Jace? Yeah, no, the box prices are incredibly expensive. Um, so I don't think that this is going to be affecting the price of any of these cards too much, which I think really is kind of a shame. And it's not like they kept the box offers to like expensive rare cards, because like yeah, this version of it is worth some amount, but you could buy a Rivendell for like $1.60, right? So like you can still spend your $1,000 on the box and open a bad like $1 card, which really sucks. Like that's very lame. If the box topper was like just the One Ring, just Sauron, just Flame of Anor and Orcish Bowmasters, like it was like 5 or 6 cards, maybe it'd be a little better because then you had like a high chance of getting like the One Ring off of your $1,000 box, but it still sucks. So that's like a big frustration for it. Scene boxes are back. Another thing, I really hate scene boxes. They end up being like pretty expensive. Again, because they don't show up in the main set. So if we compare this to Galadriel, Galadriel's Dismissal. Oh, perfect. The scene box one is like pretty expensive, and yes, you can get them for collector boosters, but again, they're quite pricey because of that. So I'm just not a huge fan of like good useful cards being locked behind scene boxes, which is a problem. Yeah, imagine spending 150 on a box and getting the shard. I mean, it's not 150; it's like 1,000. you know. So like these end up being like way more expensive than they should, just because supply is way lower. And it really sucks because this Gandalf, I think, is an awesome commander. Like this is a really cool commander that would be a $2 card if it was in the main set, but it's going to be a $30 card. And I think that's just lame. I think that's lame. I think that the continuation of that is very uncool. So if you want one of these, honestly, I would recommend proxying. Like these are just expensive for no good reason. It's very lame. Same with these. I think this card's really funny. Flying Indestructible Haste, when it is dealt non-combat damage, you make that many treasure tokens. Really funny as a commander, right? Because if you Blasphemous Act, you get like 13 treasures. You can do some like goofy things with this. Very cool card. Again, it's gonna be like annoyingly expensive because it's a scene box or whatever. So, yeah, very lame, but I think the designs are pretty cool. Gandalf is totally wizard. Gandalf is totally wizard. Smog is cool, but some CNC is rough. Yeah, reanimate only. I mean, yeah, you probably want a ritual into him. I feel like this is a type of deck. Like if Smog is your commander, you're playing like Seething Song. All right, so those are those things. They come Surge Foil. Dwarvish cards. These are, I believe, also collector booster only. I think it should tell me here. Okay, so the Golden Smog. This is the like crazy rare thing to get. It looks cool. I've seen some videos of it. It looks very cool. This is like your lottery ticket card. Okay, yeah. So you can get all this stuff in the collector boosters. So you get the Dwarven cards. This is just a reprint of the classic Dwarven Warriors, which is funny, I guess. This one is Reaver Cleaver, which is actually a good card. So this one's probably gonna be quite expensive. Is this Rogue's Passage? No, it's Arcane Signet. That's a door. Okay. How many? I need them to stop printing Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, and Command Tower. We have so many versions of them. I don't care about another fancy version. Here's the Mox Amber. I love this Mox Amber. This looks gorgeous. Very cool card. And then lastly, Treasure Vault. Right. A $1 card. Cool. There's some Armies kit. I don't know what this is. It's some other box, some other random product. Is it listed here? Bundle. 5 Armies kit. I don't even see that on the website. Cool. No idea what that is. If somebody in chat knows, please let me know. Wait, now the welcome decks do have reprints, which I think is really good. Because in the welcome decks, they actually reprinted Lorien Revealed and Troll of Khazad-dûn. Both of which, that's scrolling, both of which are quite pricey cards. Like, this is a $5 common. So, actually great reprints in the welcome decks. The welcome decks having the land cyclers is pretty sweet. So I think that's kind of cool. There's also a Wayfarer's Bauble reprint, which is like a reasonable Magic card to play. So that's nice. I think Dawn of a New Age is a decent reprint as well. The Armies is a product that comes out next year. It has cards in the collect your boosters. Oh, okay, so you can open these and collect your boosters. Sure. Why would we ever complain about more options for art? Because, so here's the thing, is every single secret layer printing of a $1 card, like Soul Ring or Command Tower, could be a reprint for another expensive card, right? Every single time that they go, here's another Soul Ring and another Command Tower, is they're like, here is not a in-universe Orcish Bowmasters that you can use. Here is not an in-universe Last March of the Ents that you can use, right? Every single one of those, like, the amount of reprint slots that we get is used up so heavily by the same cards over and over and over again that it makes the amount of reprints we get worth less in terms of getting expensive cards in the hands of players, and that is annoying. When I think of Riddles on the Dark, is that a new card? Well, we'll get to the new cards in just a second. We're almost there. I think the last thing I want to talk about is like this treatment, which I think it'll be here. Okay, all right. So there's borderless cards in the set you can open. There's this dragon frame, which is, I think it's a little busy, but you know, it's okay. This one's missing a scale, which is some sort of, the red one's missing a scale for some sort of lore reference. Yeah, these are kind of neat. These ones are kind of interesting. They look, I don't know. I want to see them in person. I'm kind of curious what you think of them, chat. I want to see them in person before I like pass judgment. They're kind of interesting. I honestly thought it was like one red as the cost initially, which I thought was kind of funny. At least they're legible. I think, you know, you can read the name and the text, so it's like pretty legible. And then this crap comes in search foil. All right, cool. All right, let's talk about the actual cards now. You love Fact or Fiction, so Riddles is a big W for me. Okay, we'll get to it. You think they're decent? Once they pretty much ran out of reprint slots, they dropped Masters of Horizon sets. Exactly. We used to get core sets, Master sets, Horizon sets that would reprint like weird cards. Because like certain cards are hard to reprint. Like Grim Tutor was in the starter deck in 1999 and was incredibly difficult to find. And they can't jam this into like normal sets, so they put it in a core set, and that absolutely tanked the price. This costs like $200, and it just absolutely tanked the price. And like places where we can reprint weird cards that are like mechanics that don't normally show up, those are kind of gone now, which is frustrating. Yeah, the mana cost is hard to read, yeah. All right, so let's scroll down. I honestly haven't looked at the set pretty much at all. Like very few cards. So I'm gonna scroll through it, and then at the end you can shout out in chat if you're like, "Oh, you missed this card." Now Belladonna took. I think this card is very good. This is a very good Magic card. Whenever a token you control enters, you gain a life. If this is the first time the ability, resolve this turn. If it's the second time, you draw a card. If it's the third time, you put a counter on each creature you control. Commander staple. Token decks are going to love this. Life gain decks are going to love this. Counters decks are going to love this. Absolute Commander staple. What else? Philly the Pathfinder. Storied. So this is a new mechanic. If you control 3 or more artifacts, legends, and or sagas, you have an enduring story for the rest of the game. So it's kind of like Ascend, the City's Blessing, I suppose. As long as you have an enduring story, creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever Feely or another non-token dwarf enters, make a 2/2 red dwarf. Okay. This mechanic is easy to do these days. There are so many legendaries. Having 3 legendaries is like not a thing. It's like, so this is like a very easy activation. I missed a card already? What did I miss? Bilbo's Gambit? Is that what you were talking about? Gift is back, which is kind of interesting. We have Gift of Treasure. You may promise an opponent a gift. And then they get the treasure. Return target spell to its owner's hand. If the gift was promised, players can't cast spells this turn. So it's reprieve, but if you give them a treasure, it silences them. Well, reprieve cantrips. Reprieve is just remand, and it cantrips. I don't know. This one's interesting. I think it's like good for mono white. I think if you're already in blue, it's worse than like most counter spells. But I do think that this is like a powerful spell for like white control decks in Commander. They cast their Commander, you go, nope, back to your hand, and you can't cast any more spells. It's pretty obnoxious to deal with. It silences everyone, and you. Correct. Yes. Players can't cast spells, not the person who you bounce. It effectively ends the turn. I mean, it's good if you have stuff with activated abilities. You can kind of make use of this. This is like good in like an artifact deck that taps a lot of artifacts. Yeah, Hashaton maybe if you want to activate abilities. It's all right. The Eagles are coming. This one I also think is quite good. 2 mana, choose target creature you own. If the spell was kicked, choose any number of target creatures. So that's 6 mana for the kick. Return each of the chosen creatures to your hand. At the beginning of your next upkeep, create a 4/4 white bird with flying for each creature returned this way. Kind of cool. So if somebody's like, I'm going to kill your commander, and you don't want to pay the commander tax, you go, Eagles are coming, back to my hand. You get a 4/4, you replay your commander for the discounted price. Kind of neat. You can also protect your whole team. If there's a board wipe, you're like, 6 mana, pick up my team, make a bunch of 4/4s, replay my dudes, swing at you with the 4/4s. Pretty neat. It's kind of an anthem. If you, let's say you have a bunch of 1/1 tokens, then you can go on your end step, I'm going to cast this, bounce all my 1/1 tokens, they're going to turn into 4/4 birds. Kind of cool. Seems all right. Gleaming Splendor. All right, people are talking about this card. It is 2 mana enchantment. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you make a treasure token. 2 target players each draw a card. So you can spend 3 mana to give you and an opponent a bonus card. So it'll draw you a card, it'll draw your opponent a second card if it's their turn, and then you make a treasure token. Kind of neat, right? Here's my problem is most casual players don't even play enough card draw to make their deck function, period. I feel like this is going to expose so many players. Like, people are going to play this and they go, wait, Jimbo, you didn't draw any cards this game. This never triggered. So, like, people are hyping this card up. It's one of the most expensive cards, but, like, well, but, like, Smuggler's Share, where is this card now? It's, like, okay. It's fine. That's about it. It's not, like, crazy. So, I don't know. I'm not convinced that Gleaming Splendor is a broken card. I honestly just don't think it is. You know, I feel like going straight into your blue farm. All right, now, in CDH, hold up. We're talking something different here. In CDH, this card slaps. This card's crazy in CDH. This card is broken in CDH. All right, like people who are comparing this to Smothering Tithe in casual, wrong. Smothering Tithe is broken in casual. It's also broken in CDH. This card, not broken in casual, but in CDH is absurd. This card is going to be good in CDH. 100%. Alright. Let's keep scrolling. This is a thing that lets you pay like equip cost for 0, which is like kind of neat. Equipment is like a sub-theme here. Queen of Dale is quite good. We're going through all the cards that I've actually seen so far. 2 mana, legendary 2/1. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, you recruit. So you draw a card, discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, you make a 1/1 soldier. Another card that is going to be really good in CDH. It's similar to, it's like Ledger Shredder mixed with Esper Sentinel. So it's the connive mechanic where it's like, oh, you know, you draw, and then if you discard a non-land, it does something. Instead of counters, this makes 1/1s. But man, casting, it's just a cast a non-creature spell. They can't like pay mana to negate this. You just loot like crazy. Am I gonna review the mystery booster cards? No, that's like, I'm just doing the Hobbit set here. Maybe in another stream. I think Queen of Dale is very good, very powerful commander. Another nail in the CDH coffin, long live parasitic value permanents. I know, right? It's gonna be so miserable to play against. An unexpected party. You make red dwarves, and it's just a type creature that's chosen type get +2/+2. Kind of neat, I guess. All right, Bilbo Thief in the Night. 2 mana halfling rogue. Whenever spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand cost 1 less to cast. That's quite interesting. Whenever Bilbo attacks, you may cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery from your graveyard. The first instant or sorcery spell cast this way, we put your graveyard exile instead. Ooh, I like this quite a bit. I wonder, is this a card that, not that you need anything to make Underworld Breach more broken, but I assume you can combo this with Underworld Breach. Because if you have a ritual in your yard, it reduces the cost of the ritual by 1, right? And then you can just replay the same ritual using its own mana over and over again. Oh, no, this will put into exile. I don't know. The potential of this card with something like a Yogg's Will or a Underworld Breach is interesting. As a commander, I do think this is a pretty cool mono blue commander. You give your commander unblockable in some capacity, not that hard to do in blue. And then you just kind of like get value back from your artifacts, instants, or sorceries. Kind of cool. He can be an artifact commander as well. I like this. I like this card. Will I review the cards for Mystery Booster Commander? No, maybe not this stream. I don't know. We'll see. Bilbo has funny rules with adventures because you can cast the adventure half. I assume it's the same as that Grixis commander that can do the same. You care about Settle the Wreckage being back in Standard? I don't care about Standard. That's what I have to say. Let's look at Elrond Moon Reader. That's not the moon he's reading. That's a map. 3 mana, 3/3 Elf Noble. Whenever you activate an ability of a creature, draw a card. Cool. Good with mana dorks. Exile up to 2 other non-land permanents you control. Return those to the battlefield under their owner's control. That'd be the next end step. Okay, so he has an ability to draw cards if you want. He also can blink stuff. It's a neat card with mana dorks. He could be good. There's not that many good activated abilities in blue. There's some decent ones, like some of the creatures that steal stuff. It's okay. Uncommon Bilbo, cool. This one, Bilbo Baggins. No, this is the common Bilbo. This is the Bilbo Lurkwearer. Exchange control of 2 target non-land permanents to share a card type. Very funny effect. Bilbo can be blocked. Whenever Bilbo deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, discard a card. That's pretty cool, actually. That's kind of funny. I do like that you can give someone a token and then steal their commander or whatever. That's actually a neat design. And then you probably just want to bounce him back to your hand so you can keep adventuring him. Could be a cool mono blue control deck. I am now just realizing this is another set where we're going to have like 1, 2, 3 Bilbos. That's no moon, yeah. It's nice seeing interesting monocolored commanders. I agree. I do think that is a cool benefit of, as annoying as it is that there's like 1,000 trillion legendaries, is we actually get some monocolored ones. It's not just like, oh, the 3-color ones from the precons. Fateful Discovery, whenever an artifact you control enters, draw a card. Sure. 5 mana, it's not good enough, I think, to see much play. Another Gandalf. Ward 3, pay 6, you shuffle it into his owner's library, draw 3 cards. Interesting, okay. Now here's a thought. This is changing zones. Also, he looks funny in this art. This is changing zones, so you can choose to put him back in the command zone and draw 3 cards, then recast him, and then activate this again. So infinite mana, you just draw your whole deck. Not that that's that crazy. I guess it's neat, though. Oh, the Great Gilded Boat. Whenever you attack Recruit, that's actually pretty good. Crew 2. Not a bad vehicle. At least it's not 15 Bilbos. Yeah, that's true. It's not going to compare to Marvel with like 19,000 Spider-Men. I mean, until we see Green Flash Radagast. Oh, actually, somebody posted that. I did see that. It's pretty good. Lord of the Eagles. Flash, this costs X to cast for X. The total power of creatures you control with flying. Flying, 8/8. Cool. Epic. There's certainly a commander you could play. I am well aware that a lot of these are not designed for commanders, so that's why that card is not good in EDH. Riddles in the Dark. Okay, this is what you were talking about in chat. Look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them into a face-down pile and a face-up pile. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put that pile in your hand, the other in your graveyard. Love this card. I do love this card as well. It's very cool. Very funny card. Only 3 mana, too. It's not that bad. And they go to the bin, so not awful. All right, let's look at roll. Exile up to 1 target creature or land you control. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so it just blinks something 4 times. Now, here we go. This, look at the art here. This is when they were in the barrels going down the river. And there's nothing in this card that would tell somebody who doesn't know what the Hobbit is what is going on here. Or they won't remember the scene. It's like, it is still just reference slop. And it's very funny. Like, I get the reference, so I'm not confused by this, but I feel like somebody who didn't know would be like, what the fuck is happening here? Anyway, let's continue on. Okay, Wizard Staff. Equip creature has prowess. This is a 2-mana thing. Equip to a wizard for 1. Equip 3. If an ability of an equipped creature triggers, triggers an additional time. That's cool. That's useful. Doubles triggered abilities. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw X cards, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast the spell. If you do, discard 2 cards. That is good. Holy cow, what the hell? This card is strong. Like, with delve spells, you can draw a fuckload of cards. Do undercover moon. Oh, yes, that's what we're looking at right now. Yes, this card is crazy. I forget there's a delay, so this card's nuts. With like delve spells, you could like do some like crazy stuff. This is a really powerful card in the right deck. It's not every deck, but the right deck, it's really good. Along the Crooked Way, whenever this enchantment enters, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever a creature leaves your graveyard, amass goblins 1. Goblins and orcs control gain menace until end of turn. Look at that. Look at that. We got another card for the cards leaving your graveyard archetype, where we're building it up. Bilbo's Deadly Slice, we got Murder, but not Murder. Azog, Moria's rune? When Azog enters, destroy up to 1 target creature. Its controller amasses Goblins X, where X was that creature's power. If you control that creature, draw a card. Interesting. Now, in Mono Black, he is difficult to blink. But it's kind of cool that you can just... Because here's the thing, is if you destroy your own 3/3 army, you just get to draw a card and make another 3/3 army. So destroying the armies for you is free, which is kind of cool. Let's keep going. Oh, Golem. This is the Mythic Golem. Someone else was talking about this in chat. 2 mana, 3/1. As Golem enters, choose odd or even. 0 counts as even for Magic. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value of the chosen quality, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Put a counter on Golem. Each opponent loses 2 life. Draw a card. Cool. It's neat. Not great for Commander, but it's a neat card. Bro, skip Wizard Staff? I read all the text on Wizard Staff. I had nothing more to say other than it's like kind of cool. It doubles triggered abilities. That is about it. Inside information, exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play those cards this turn. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than its mana cost. This is a cool Magic card. That's pretty neat. It's like Villainous Wealth, but you have to pay life for it. That's pretty cool. I do like this. This is a very cool card. I'm definitely going to play this in some Commander deck. I got to figure out where it goes, though. Yeah, Wizard Staff is kind of mid. I mean, all equipment is kind of mid. It's just like, you get blown out by spot removal. You know? There's very little equipment that's like actually really good. Master of Lake Town, Death Touch. Whenever a player loses life, that player mills that many cards. Whenever a Master of Lake Town dies, draw a card for each graveyard with 7 or more cards in it. Alright, well, this card's designed for Commander. Interesting. Whenever a player loses life, they mill that many cards. Play like Exsanguinates and make everyone like mill a ton and then you gain a shit ton of life. That's kind of cool. This is an interesting card. It's a lot of mill in Mono Black. Definitely a white dominated set from what you've seen. That's what I've heard. I guess we'll see. I'm not like blown away by any of the black cards so far. I'm kind of not too interested in a lot of these. Supper for Spiders. Put onto the battlefield under your control all creatures cards cards in your opponent's graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. They are food artifacts. Okay, this is cool. You get to reanimate all your opponent's creatures, but they're food. Kind of cool. Lets you steal things in a weird way. Very unique effect. I don't know how good it is. Balin, the Lore Master. He's got storied, so it's free basically. Whenever Balin or another dwarf you control enters, you may discard your hand, draw X cards or X the number of cards you discard this way. If you have an enduring story, it deals X damage to each opponent. Ooh. Okay. This is kind of fun. There's definitely a lot of like, is it wheel decks that are gonna like this, where they're like discard their hand, draw cards, deal damage. Like they want the burn, they want the looting. I think more of an in the 99 card, probably not great as the commander, but very cool. You think the set is mid, kind of on par with Marvel or Final Fantasy for you? Yeah, I mean, I need to play with it before I pass judgment. Maybe the limited environment is like really fun. But I agree. I'm just kind of lukewarm on those sets. Now the dwarf fans are eating good. There are some cool dwarves in this set, which I don't quite understand why dwarf isn't a creature type we just don't see more often in Magic. Like I feel like it shouldn't be this rare to have a dwarf, but you know, whatever. Desolation of Smog. Deal 3 damage to each non-dragon creature. Sure. Add 4 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. Okay, so this is a dragon-specific card. Interesting. It's like very okay. It's not even a ritual. It's just like if you're gonna cast a dragon, it's like a free pyroclasmy effect. It's like fine in a dragon deck. That's about it. Alright, Gandalf Goblin's Bane. This is a red Gandalf. Look at that. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Gandalf gets +1/+1 until end of turn, so prowess without the text. And deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay. And then it is an adventure. Look at the top 2 cards of your library and exile them face down. For as long as they remain exiled, you may play them if you control a wizard. This card is interesting. Yeah, what up, Cameron? I appreciate that you're liking the podcast. Okay, and this is an interesting card. Think about this. This is a mono red commander that lets you have like almost unconditional card draw in the command zone. Think about that. That is really rare. So you cast the adventure, you cast your commander, and then when it dies, you cast the adventure again, and then you just cast your commander again, and you get more card advantage. This is like a very unique thing for mono red to do. What an interesting card. Yeah, mono red control? Please make more videos. I will make more videos. Do you mean like more per week? Wizard Staff will probably be played in bracket 4, bracket 5 because it's the cheapest we've seen that text on a card. Let's say I don't think Wizard Staff is seeing any play in bracket 5 unless there's a specific combo I'm missing. I don't think it's a CDH material. It is ultimately blue and 1 do nothing, and that is like a death sentence for any card in CDH. Yes, as in general, make more videos, or yes, as in make more videos per week? It didn't specify. I think this card's cool. I really like Gandalf's Bane. I think this is my favorite card from the set so far. There's another red Gandalf. Is he red? I thought he was blue and white. When he enters, deal 3 damage divided among a bunch of targets. Yeah, cool. It's a nothing card. The Misty Mountains Cold. Oh, this is another quadruple saga thing. Make a treasure token, then if you control 4 more treasures, sacrifice a saga. If you do, create a 6/6 red dragon with flying. Neat. In a treasure deck, you can instantly get a 6/6 with flying and make a treasure, which is honestly not a horrible thing. Like 3 mana, make a treasure, make a 6/6, not terrible. But it also always makes the 6/6 if you just bank them up. That's cool. Whenever a mounted you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. Oh, that mechanic's back. If it has 6 or more quest counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, search your hand or library for a dragon card, put it on the battlefield. Shuffle it. Whoa. And it has mountain cycling? That's cool. Whoa. This is a really good card for like red dragon decks. Alright, so you might be like, Colin, why the hell are you excited about this card? Not because I love dragon decks, but because it's not one that works very well in a 5-color dragon slop deck. You actually have to play mountains. It's actually 4 low-colored dragon decks. That's really cool. Like, this is the type of support for monocolor that I like want. Oh, more vids per week? That's going to be tough. We'll see about that. You're not sure if Vivi really cares about its triggers being doubled? Yeah, exactly. I think it's like too much mana for Vivi. Also, like, Vivi is just like... Is Vivi even like that good in CEDH? Like, EDH top. Like, is Vivi even putting up like big results? I guess it is. Okay. 1.78. Not too bad. I don't know. I feel like the Vivi lists are pretty... I've seen are pretty fast. 2 mana to... 3 mana to do nothing total for that seems kind of rough. Not sure. Yo, Vivi has more top cuts than Kefka. That's kind of crazy. I feel like I'm always more scared of Kefka when I play against it than Vivi, but that's interesting. Yeah, this card's cool. I like this card. That's sweet. Alright. Oh, hey, look at that. We got Smog. So we got the shitty one that nobody cares about. I don't know why they even make these. There's no point in having a common version of Smog like this that is just useless and nobody's going to use. Just make the one mythic one so it's less confusing. Smog the Magnificent is 4 mana for a 4/3 flying haste. Whenever Smog attacks, he deals damage equal to the number of treasure tokens you control to any target. Very cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, make a treasure token. I like this card. Oh, this is the one that's the gold one. Ah, cool, cool, cool. Man, it sucks that the only alt art version of this is this one, which is a frame I don't really like, and this gold one that's going to be $1 billion. Oh, because I like this card quite a bit. Is it mine? No, I haven't played Jason in a while. I play a Ral. Inside information looks really fun. It's a good point for monocolor dragons. Feels like you're gonna get any dragon on turn 8 if you didn't miss a land drop. Yeah, it's pretty good. And if you play Wayfarer's Bauble, you can speed that up. Oh, 4 mana, and then you for Desolation of Smog, then you play Smog the Magnificent. That's cool. Too bad it's gonna be like $60. This is pre-order price. I think the base version is going to be significantly cheaper. You know. No, I know Vivi is good in CEDH. I don't know. I haven't seen one win. Yeah, Ral is just a better version of Jace. It's just Manual Storm, you know. What's the name of the fat dragon? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. This is a cool card, though. I love mono red treasures. I think it's a kind of a fun archetype to play. So I do like that. All right, moving on to green. Whenever this creature deals a common damage to a player, choose one, put a counter on a wolf you control, make a treasure. Cool. Okay, so Brionne the Fierce is a funny bear. Bear shapeshifter warrior. It's a shapeshifter, but not a changeling, so it doesn't have all creature types. It is just a type shapeshifter. Anyway, it's a 6 with trample for 5, which is cool. Other bears you control get +2/+2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a trample counter on up to 1 target creature you control. It becomes a bear in addition to other types. Then if you control 3 or more bears, draw 2 cards. This is like exactly the over-centralizing commander that I talked about in my last video. Like you're like, oh my goodness, it pumps up my bears. It gives me card draw. And it turns things into bears. I'll play this and I'll turn my big creatures into big trampling bears. It'll go crazy. And then your commander gets removed like 3 times and your deck is ass. It's just completely useless. Be wary when building a deck like this. Oh my goodness. I love the art on this. Look at that. That's awesome. Who made this? Have they made anything else? Oh, they made a bunch of random things. Oh, they made this bear token for the set. Oh, looks like they draw a lot of animals. Oh, there's a little bee too. And they didn't run in Seri and Pet Avengers. Ah, I see. And also randomly Subira. Cool. There's a really good art. Dancing from Dark to Dawn, 5 mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put X 1/1 counters on target creature you control. X is that spell's mana value. That's pretty good. Landfall, whenever you play a land, you make a 2/2 bear. That is good. What the hell? This does a lot. I like this art too. Damn. This is also good. This is a really good card. It requires so little work to make it do anything. You just play a land for turn, make a bear, cast a creature, the bear gets big, and that's it. It's like, without any other synergy, this is like a crazy high value card. Bear players rejoice for this set will have you well fed, yeah. Fat Dragon is Thumberchad. Oh, from the not from Lord of the Rings, from D&D. It's actually funny that I mentioned it in my last video because I was literally listening to it to fall asleep last night. Does that mean you like finish the video or you fall asleep midway? This is the third of this effect. This enchantment makes enchantment makes token on landfall, yeah. Yeah, I like the little bear waving in the background too. The art of this is really good. A very generically powerful card. Okay, down in the valley, get a basic. This saga gains landfall. Whenever a land enters, make a 1/1 elf. Elves you control get +1/+1 vigilance twice. Cool, very mid enchantment. This spell can't be countered. Hexproof haste 10/7. Holy gigantic big bear. This card's awesome. Oh, can't be countered. Hexproof haste. This bear holds equipment like nobody else does. This is a beast. This is like if you play a Voltron commander and you're like, I need a backup. This is your backup. You slam this down, you put any equipment on it, and you hit someone with it, that's big damage. That's cool. I love big dumb bears. Little bear. Oh, these are cute. Man, I love bears. I think bears are awesome. I think it's fucked up that like bears are like really cute, but like would rip you to shreds if you actually got near one. It's kind of like a tragedy of life. So-called free thinkers when they see a bear waving in the background. That is true. That is true. I'm all like generic value piece bad, and then I see a cute little bear, and I'm like, well, the card's kind of awesome. Does the bear community love me? I have no idea. I mean, I'm like a little chibi avatar, so probably not. Kind of like foxes and wolves. Yeah, I feel like foxes aren't like that dangerous. Like, obviously you shouldn't go up to a wild fox or whatever and like try and dap it up. But like a fox isn't gonna rip you to shreds. It's not gonna kill you. It'll probably just bite you and leave. A bear will actually just like rip your arms off. There's this bear in a national park that your mom likes to watch. She's named the bear and everything. That's fun. I love naming like little wild animals. There's like a skunk in my neighborhood that I sometimes see when I walk my dog. And I've been trying to come up with a name for it, but it's kind of fun to watch the little skunk walk around. Yeah, bears are crazy. They will do a lot of insane stuff. The notary hobbits, they look like a bunch of nerds. Halfling advisor, when this enters, if they're not a token, create 2 tokens that are a copy of them that aren't legendary. Cool. Added greed for every halfling you have. Okay. So it's 5 mana, and if you have a haste enabler, you can get 9 mana out of this. Because if you have like just a lightning greaves, you can just move the greaves onto each one and just tap them. So, chat, tell me if I'm cooking here. Let's say I need an artifact. And it needs to cost exactly 9 mana. What is something crazy we get? Portal to Phyrexia? Okay. Alright, chat. Imagine this curve. Turn 2, you ramp. Turn 3, you play Lightning Greaves. Turn 4, Notary Hobbits. You move the Lightning Greaves between each of them, get 9 colorless mana, and then you're like, Yahoo, turn 4 Portal to Phyrexia. Is that a deck? Is that like a thing? Where you just like, it's like Tron. Like you find a haste enabler, you cast your commander, and then you're like, 9 colorless mana. Here's my triplicate Titan. Here's my Nullstone Gargoyle. Is that good? I'm not naming the skunk that. This is kind of cool. Also interesting is that since it makes non-legendary tokens, of course you can blink the commander, which is hard to do in mono green, but you can flicker it to make more halflings. They make like a cartoonish amount of mana. They are the halfling, the Phyrexian sleeper agents. Very interesting card. There's definitely cheese you can do with this. Old Fat Spider. That's a good name. Radagast. This one's good, right? The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. Can be cast as though it has flash. Really good card. This is also like, if you want to play like mono green control, really sick for that, right? You just like fill your deck with like like death touch creatures, and then you just hold up your mana. Nobody wants to attack you because you can just flash in a death touch creature, and then your other Void Widower. Yeah, I typed in artifact, but it could have just been an Eldrazi. You're right. Void Widower on turn 4 with that curve is crazy. So this is like this card, yeah, you just like hold up death touch creatures. Somebody goes to attack you, you're like, joke's on you, your creature's dead. And then you just play like green creatures with powerful ETBs. So if they don't attack you, you get to progress your board state by just flashing in something with a value ETB and then like getting use out of it. Someone plays an artifact, that's a problem for you. Oh, easy. Flash in your Reclamation Sage, instant speed, boom, blow up their thing. Like, you can have removal, you can do all sorts of stuff here. And there are other creatures that give green creatures flash. So, because there is the Yeva, which just gives all your creatures flash. It doesn't reduce the cost, but it gives them all flash. This, I think, is better because you'll just get the cost reduction and cast on everyone's turn. But then you have a backup commander as well. Very cool card, I think. I think if I was to do another can these budget decks keep up video or whatever, like mono green control with this, I think could be a legit budget deck. That'd be really sweet. I would definitely consider this. Ordinary Bear? Holy, look at this guy. Why is there no gold version of this guy? There's no alt arts. There's nothing. I mean, maybe it's because the art is perfect. All right. Part in Friendship. Whenever what? Man, those extended arts really should not be going for this much. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. If its mana value is less than or equal to the number of lands you control, put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Whoa, this card is good. What the fuck? Wait, this card's really good. This card's really good. That is nuts. Yeah, Radagast turns Rex Agent to Nature's Claim, which is good. They should have made Ordinary Bear legendary. That would have been sweet. For the Halflings, Concordant Crossroads into ramp into Panharmonicon for 15. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. A Pardon Friendship is really good. This card's crazy. Dude, you could get an Ordinary Bear off of it. But also, if you're playing Radagast, Pardon Friendship is really good with Radagast because you have all value creatures in your deck. That's really strong. Through the Forest Gate, look at the top 20 cards of your library. Put any number of lands from among them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. You gain 8 life. This card's kind of awesome. Do I play this in Mina and then it's 8 mana? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if this sees play in Mina and Den. I'm not sure. It's definitely good. This card's funny. It's very Timmy. I don't know how good it is. 8 mana is just a lot. Like if it was 7, I'd really be kind of thinking about it. Okay, Bard Kingdom Dale. This one's like you get extra cards and you get extra tokens. Honestly, I'm not very interested in this card. It's kind of generic. You may cast this as though it had flash if you control a human. Other creatures can get +1/+1. When this creature enters or attacks, you recruit. Sure. When Bolg enters, you can sack a creature. If you Bolg deals damage equal to that creature's power to something else, blah blah. Not interesting. Bolg's Company. Sacrifice another goblin, add 2 mana. Wait, I like that Bolg is an uncommon, but his like dudes are rare. This creature has haste as long as you control another goblin. This is a pretty good goblin commander. Unless you sack your random tokens to make 2 mana, it's pretty good. And it basically just pays for itself on its first go. 3/3 Menace. Whenever you attack while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card, lose a life. This is pretty good. You just need to put a counter on it. It draws cards by itself. Just attack with a good creature. If you want to play like mid-range slop, it's pretty good. This is a wolf commander, right? Can't attack unless you control 2 more wolves. Make a 2/2 wolf. Cool. This creature has lifelink as long as you control another dwarf. Cool. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a dwarf or equipment. Put it in your hand. The rest on the bottom. Seems good in a dwarf deck. Blog at uncommon, but his workers at rare is really funny. It's not legendary. Oh, this isn't legendary. Oh, you're right. I kind of like auto assumed everything that was legendary. This can't be a commander. It really is just an if for the 99 of Bolg. Interesting. First strike, whenever this enters or attacks, put a hone counter on each equipment you control. Each hone counter on equipment gets +1/+0 to equip creature. Cool. He is in Boros, so you could blink him and like buff up your equipment. Kind of neat with like really good with a Bloodthirsty Blade, the one that like makes copies of itself. It's kind of fun. Holy shit, large bear. We triple haste. That's awesome. I want like a foil version of all just like the regular bears in this set. The Great Goblin. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a goblin orc army, deals 2 damage to target opponent. So whenever you make an army, it'll zap someone. It's only to 1 opponent, so not great for commander. Whenever a thing dies, exile top card of your library, you can play until the next turn. It's okay. Oh, I got another Smog. When this enters, create X tapped treasure, X the number of artifacts your opponents control. Holy shit. Dockside Extortionist. Whenever you cast a spell with mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Cool treasure commander. I do like it. It is really bad Dockside Extortionist, but I think it's still decent. She amass on my orcs till I goblin. Large Bear is goated. I really like Large Bear. This card's awesome. Might be my favorite card in the set. It's up there with Ordinary Bear. Thorin Oakenshield. He doesn't have an Oak Shield. That's kind of lame. As long as you have an Endurance Story, artifacts and creatures cost 1 less. Sure. I mean, he's a 2-mana uncommon commander. Mill 4 cards. Put 2 lands from among them into your hand. From among them? Okay, that kind of sucks. Other elves get a thing. You make an elf. Landfall. Sure. Has the activated ability of all elves in your graveyard. Okay. Whenever another legendary elf you control enters, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. That's good. This is a strong card. Definitely a good Sultai elf commander. You know, like self-mill, it gets a bunch of active abilities of like the good elves. This is neat. As long as you control another elf, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Cool. Whenever a land enters, put 2 counters on target creature. It gains vigilance until end of turn. Sure. Sacrifice another creature. Draw cards equal to sacrifice creature's power, then discard a card. That's good. Tom, Bert, and William. When Tom, Bert, and William die, if they were a creature, return them to the battlefield. They're an artifact. They're no longer a creature. That's interesting. Is Elk Fletcher? What? Are you, Alex, and Fletcher going to cover The Hobbit on Magic Mirror? Oh, is somebody in chat just now realizing that Elk's name is Fletcher? Yeah. I don't know. We don't usually do spoiler talk. So maybe. Probably not, though. Tom Burton Williams kind of cool. It's a neat card. I like that it's resistant to removal. All right, on to the artifacts. The Arc Stone. Search the library for a legendary creature. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Creatures in control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Generic card draw in mono white. Pretty powerful. I assume a lot of this is just like random equipment. When this enters scry 2, add 1 mana of any color. Sacrifice this artifact, destroy target permanent. Kinda neat. I like the Giant's Boulder. Color fixing, scrying early, can destroy anything later. Ah, my precious. This is where they could have reprinted the One Ring, but instead did whatever the fuck this is. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. Sure. Equipped creature has hexproof, can't be blocked. Equipped, you gotta pay some life. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and trample. Whenever equipped creature deals damage to a player, choose a creature type. Create a treasure token for each creature you control of that type. Generic typal stuff. Holy cow, spatula. When this enters, you gain 2 life. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Dude, it's a spatula. Thor's map is actually pretty good, is it? When this enters, search your library for a basic, put it in your hand. Then you can draw a card, discard a card. It's okay. It's not too bad. I don't hate it. Late game, it gives you the land that you can loot away if you just want to spend 4 mana on that. Sting is here. Flash, when Sting enters, put a hone counter on Sting for each creature target opponent controls. Sting, attach it to 1 person. It has flash. That's cool. It's okay. Alright, lands. Pay 1 life, sacrifice this land, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped. And then shuffle. You may behold an elf. If you do, untap that land. Interesting. So for an elf deck, it's pretty good. Thor's map is going to your Oswald deck? Yeah, seems alright. Your dream is to kill someone with a spatula? Hell yeah. If you get any spatula kills in limited, in like pre-release or something, like, yeah, shoot me a tweet or something. This is the common land cycle. Looks like you can sack them to put counters on a specific type. The rare land cycle is kind of neat. So they have... Oh, is there only one? Oh, it's not even a land cycle. I just saw the mountain. I thought it was a cycle. So this is a mountain, which means you can fetch it. And it is tapped unless you control an equipment. And then it lets you make a 2/2 dwarf. Costs 1 less for each equipment you control. Kind of fun in an equipment deck. You can fetch it, it'll enter untapped. And then if you have no creatures, you can make a dude. Kind of cool. Some lands. You have the full art lands. Another reference to the barrel scene that if you haven't seen the movie or read the books, you'll have no idea what the fuck's going on. Here are the full arts. And then they have these things. All right. Another good bear art. All right, that's the set. Let's see. There's only 5 draft archetypes, which kind of sucks. Interesting. Spatula's gonna go hard at Popper. Look at Hobbit Hole. Let's look at Hobbit Hole. Sacrifices land search your library for a basic, put on the battlefield tapped halfling cycling. Interesting. If there's a specific halfling you're looking for. Kind of neat. You're half an hour behind, but the Eagles are coming is going to be such as... Yes. All right. Final thoughts on the set. So I think the power of the set is noticeably weaker than the previous one. And obviously that's because this is a standard set and the other was a direct to modern set. I don't see any One Ring tier card. I don't see any Orcish Bowmasters tier card. And I want to tack onto the reprint thing from earlier is because this is a standard set, I understand why they can't put the One Ring in standard. Obviously, it would be completely overpowered in standard to have the One Ring. So because of the way that the previous one was direct to modern, and then this one is like, you know, a standard set, it is annoying that they can't do too many reprints. So that part is a little frustrating. I think power level of the set, it's pretty okay. It's probably good for standard. There's a few decent commander cards. I don't think anything sticks out as being like broken. There are fun cards that I think are neat. I like all the bears. It's like a solid set. It's very, very fine, I think. These Surge Foil basics are kind of cool. The seasonal ones, they're neat. Like there's cool art and stuff. I'm not like super excited for the set. I think a lot of it is just like these frames. Like I don't like these. I don't think they look very good. So I don't mind these ones. I want to see them in person, but they're just kind of okay. It's an alright set for me. I think that's my like final rating is like it looks okay. I think that's it. I think that's my overall thoughts on the set. I think it is overpriced. I think the scene boxes are also cringe. So that does suck. But otherwise, you know, decent set. I will not be getting a collector box of the set. It is way too expensive. Yeah, I will be going to pre-release. Hopefully, if you're interested, you're able to get a pre-release as well. Sadly, it's going to be a slightly more expensive pre-release, but, you know, it's pretty neat. Yeah. The set didn't live to the expectations. I didn't have any expectations for the set, to be honest. You were hoping for more out of it? I mean, I think the problem is we're comparing a standard set to a direct-to-modern set. So, like, there's nothing in here that's going to be, like, insane. There's, like, cool designs. I think Bilbo Thief in the Night is, like, unironically a really cool design for a commander. I think Inside Information is a fun card. Like, there's fun commander cards. I think aesthetically it's a pretty neat set. I love all the animals. It's very high fantasy, which I enjoy high fantasy, so I think it looks cool. I love all the bears. I don't know. It's a very okay set. It's fine. The mystery commander is crazy. Is that set out? Is that set done? I usually only review sets when they're done. Is it like mystery booster commander edition? Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, I don't think the set is out yet. So I usually don't do set reviews until like a set is complete. It's also kind of weird to do a set review for this because it's like mystery booster, right? So this isn't like sold in stores normally. Which a mystery booster is usually reprints. What the fuck is this? Is usually reprints, right? So I wonder how that's going to affect the price of some of these cards. I mean, there's definitely like cool stuff in here. Is this even a normal set? This set is fully spoiled. They did a draft at Gen Con. It's like 60 new commanders. Is this like a normal set you can buy? How do I get this? It doesn't even look draftable. Arzakon. Arzakon can be your commander. Deal 3 damage to any other target. Are these like gonna be like $1 billion? Is this like a card I can play? Create a Black Lotus token. That's crazy. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library. Draw 7 cards. All right, whatever. All right. If this is the full set, we'll look at it. And mystery booster commander. Let me update the title. Add Magicons or their respective festival in a box. Okay, interesting. All right. Let's look at these. All right, so there's a sorcery commander as well. Oh my goodness, there's some crazy stuff here. All right, so he zaps something for 3. He makes a Black Lotus. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, draws 7 cards. This card's funny. I don't think it's very good, but it's funny. I kind of like him. Discover X, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this spell. Can be your commander. So you just like, this is just a ramp card, right? You just cast it from the command zone over and over again. And you cast like bigger and bigger things. Cool. You may cast a legendary sorcery if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker, so there's that downside. Can't really cast it on 3 very easily. When this enters, make a 1/1 forest thing. Whenever you tap a land creature for mana, add an additional green. Interesting. Flying trample protection from angels and archons. Cool. Useless text. Players can't gain life. Whenever a Balefang enters, target opponent creates a tapped Baneslayer Angel token. This is goated for the rest of the game. That's awesome. Wait, this card's so cool. Wait, this card's sweet. What the hell? That's so sick. They're using this to drop some wild designs and give some characters from Magic history their first on-card depictions. Yes, this guy's Lightning Bolt, Black Lotus, Time Twister, yeah. This card's cool. Trample, Hexproof, Indestructible. Blore the Impervious. I need to I have to send this to Yusuf. He's gonna love this card. Boss Urcom Shadow's Reach. Ninjas and rogues you control have Death Touch. Cool. Whenever one or more ninjas and or rogues you combine with a player, make a 1/1 rat rogue. Sure. Case of the Lost Witness. When this case enters, conjure 4 cards named Fibblethip the Lost into your library, then shuffle, draw a card. Is this even legal? No, this is an Acorn card. Okay, I was going to say this can't be a legal card. You may look at the top card of your library, you play lands and cast spells with the top. Cool. It's similar to the Sentry card. It is similar to the Sentry card, yeah. When this enters, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 2/1 red goblin with haste. If you're the Monarch, for each creature token you control Create a copy that's a token of it. Cool. Seer all in. Whenever you discard one or more cards at random, select one or more targets at random, choose one or more modes at random, flip one or more coins, roll one or more dice, put a +1/+1 counter on her, and create a treasure token. Okay, so when you do something random, you make a treasure token. She gets a counter. Chromatic Lantern reprint? Sure, why not? Whenever another creature you control enters, you lose life, add a black. Oh, this is a carnival card, but on a creature. Definitely combo potential here. Dragon Smile, legendary artifact, vehicle, which means it can be your commander. Flying, once per turn, during your turns, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a spell you cast from exile. Huh. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library. You may play those cards this turn. Cool. I like this card quite a bit. It's just a fun card. That's the girl on Gamble. Oh, you're right. Yeah, in that one art for Gamble. Because normally I think of Goblin for Gamble. See ya, Jace. Dust to Dust is a good reprint. This card's very good in Pauper. It's also just good in general. It exiles 2 artifacts for 3 mana. Like, it's actually good value. She can be your commander. Look at this. Die-Fed, the Guiding Hand, creates 2 tapped Power Stone tokens. Untap X artifacts. That's actually really good. Search your library for an artifact card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. So you can ++ Tinker. Other fractions is a +1/+1. Each equipment you control has a living weapon. That's awesome. That's a really fun line of text. This is a cool card. Exotic Orchard reprint with crazy gorgeous art. I love this. This is beautiful. When Enru enters, you may forage. When you do, conjure a card. Okay. Name Chitter Spitter onto the battlefield. Whenever one or more squirrels you control deal combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a token. If you do, put an acorn counter on each permanent you control named Chitter Spitter. Okay. Chitter Spitter is a card from another set, specifically. So another acorn card here. This is another acorn card. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If you would draw your 3rd card in turn, conjure a card named Mox Emerald into your hand. This ability only triggers once. This creature has base power and is 4/4 until end of turn. That's funny. The first non-legendary creature you control has Demonstrate. Demonstrate lets your opponent get a copy if you get a copy. That's really cool, actually. That's an interesting card. This is a very political card. Is this actually a Selesnya commander that I'll care about? This is one of the first interesting Selesnya commanders they've printed in a long time. You play like a Reclamation Sage, and you go, hey, buddy, I'll give you a Rec Sage if you blow up this thing. And then you get like 3 Reclamation Sages, right? Isn't that crazy? Like, this is potentially really powerful. You play like a Fiend Hunter, you get to exile 3 creatures. This card's crazy. This is a really powerful commander. This is really strong. What an interesting card. Felwar Stone in the funny frame. Faraz. Olgaroth's Warden. Okay. Bant in 3. So much mana. 6 mana. Make 2 1/1 birds. Draw a card. You may put a permanent with mana value 4 or less from your hand on the battlefield. Create a token. It's a 6 mana artifact creature with 6 mana artifact with creature spells cost 2 more to cast. Wait, is this a stacks commander? What the hell? Like, you plus them and then you minus, and it's like, okay, all creatures cost 2 more to cast, and then you do that again, and you just make more of those, and then you make it so people can't cast creatures, and then he like breaks parity with it. First stacks commander we've seen in a long time. In Bant colors? If you create 1 or more tokens, you create that many clues instead. Cool. This is very funny. With like Dockside, you can make so many clues. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with Exodus mana value or activate ability with Accident, you may have the value of that become 5. Cool. Can't attack or block. Whenever you cast an aura spell, it targets a creature an opponent controls. Draw a card. Interesting. Put like pacifisms on your opponent's creatures. Are these supposed to be played in paper? Yeah, I think so. Does demonstrate stack with clones? I think so. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, counter that spell. Create a 1/1 blue merfolk equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. Cool. Create a giant badger token. It is a 3-mana 2/2. With whenever this token blocks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Sure. Mill 3 cards, put all permanents from among them into your hand. Until end of turn, creatures you control have base power toughness 8/8. Neat. By the way, we're getting so many more planeswalkers that can be your commander. It's just like ridiculous that they just don't allow planeswalkers as your commander in general. A deck with this commander can have any land cards. So I can just put like basic swamps in the deck. When this attacks, create a 1/1 for each planes you control. Draw a card for each island you control. Each opponent loses 1 life for each swamp you control, and put a +1/+1 counter on for each mountain you control. Again, a life for each forest you control. This is cool. This is a cool commander. What the hell? This is a really cool commander. What an interesting card. Pro Red. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw 3 cards. Put 2 from your hand on top of your library, so you brainstorm whenever you cast an instant. Homer the Hermit. Whenever a land enters any number of target players, each mill X cards, where X is twice the number of crabs, lobsters, not a lie, starfish, and or Trollobites you control. Cool. Oh, Istvan. He's not Uncle type anymore, but he's back. Attacks each combat if able. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to Istvan by creatures. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put 2 counters on Istvan. Sure. Why not? Lingering Wick guy. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Each opponent secretly chooses a number 0 or greater. Okay. Then those numbers are revealed. Choose an opponent with the highest number. He deals that much damage to them. Then they may cast a spell from among those cards without paying the mana cost. You may put a card from among those that wasn't cast this way into your hand. What? Okay. Yes, I agree the Oathbreaker argument is invalid. It's a different format. Like, Oathbreaker also has instants and sorceries in the command zone. Okay. Wait, are you saying this card's undercooked as in, like, it needs more text? It's already got, like, 1,000 things. Okay. So on my upkeep, I'm going to flip the top 3 cards. Every opponent picks a number. And then whoever picks the biggest number gets to cast one of those cards for free, but they also take damage equal to that number. So they can take 100 damage, just lose, and then I always get to draw one of the other cards. Fascinating. I don't know what to do with this. Each opponent can choose 0, and somebody will get... Yes, if your opponents work together, they can all choose 0, and then I pick one of them to free cast a spell. This card does kind of suck. I see what you're saying. Giving opponents free spells is bad. Yes. This is like a political card, but your opponent with the most life can just like force it, you know? Jabs, Mr. Samakri. It's like 5 Nights at Freddy's. If a triggered ability of a permanent control... But if a triggered ability of a permanent you control but don't own triggers initial time. So, like, if I trigger the ability of something I steal, it doubles it. Way too niche to be useful. Jador. Each beast, camel, horse, elephant, and wolf creature you control is a mount. In addition to its other types, has saddle 2. Whenever a saddled creature you control attacks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Draw a card, make a food token. Funny card, not very good. Jet Collector. At the beginning of your... Oh, this is one that's gonna... Yeah, it puts Mox Jets in your hand. Jeweled Amulet. This card's actually really good. Joven and Chandler. Okay, I saw this. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to that card's mana value on it. Gain control of target artifact until end of turn. Untap it against haste. This card's cool. You play it with like Liquid Metal Torque and crap, and you go Liquid Metal Torque, turn your commander to an artifact. I'm gonna steal it, and then you just like sack it. It's pretty powerful. You may have an opponent draw 4 cards. If they do, at the beginning of your end step, target opponent may draw 4 cards. If they do, look at their hand. You may cast a spell from among it without paying its mana cost. If they don't, you put 2 counters on this. That's really funny. 4 cards is a lot, but the fact that you get to just free cast something is kind of crazy. What is up with this guy's face? Esper. Shadow. Whenever a creature you control with Shadow deals combination to a player, draw a card. Put a Shadow counter on a creature. When this enters, or another creature enters, exile top card. Exile up to 1 target instant source with mana value 1 from your graveyard. If a card exiled this way, if a card is exiled this way, the creature gains. When this creature does combination with a player, you may copy the exiled card. Cool. That's neat. It's like Cantrip Tribal. You want to be in the financial position to use unlimited boxes for that card? That'd be funny. Oh man, there's so many of these. Whenever source you control deals damage to at least 1 permanent or player, deals exactly 2 damage. When it deals exactly 2 damage, you exile the top card of your library. You may play it until end of turn. Okay, cool. Interesting. 7 mana, 10/10. When this creature... A deck with this commander can have a creature cards with 7 mana... A deck with this commander can have creature cards with mana value 7 or greater in any color identity and any basic land cards. Whenever a creature you control with mana value 7 or greater attacks, double its power toughness until end of turn. So you can play all 5 basics and just play 7 drops of any color. That is interesting. I don't even know. Rip to EDH Rec or all the deck building websites to make this like actually work. Whenever another creature dies, create a food token. This ability triggers once each turn. For every 7 foods you control, squirrels you control, get +3/+3. Sure. Miss Highwater. Whenever Miss Highwater deals combat damage to a player who doesn't have a contract counter, they may discard their hand. If they do, draw 7 cards, get a contract counter. For as long as they have a contract counter, when they lose the game, for each artifact and creature they controlled, create a token that's a copy of it. Okay, so you can hit a person and you give them a contract. They get a full new hand, but if they lose, you get a copy of every artifact and creature they controlled. Seems funny. It doesn't seem very good, but it seems funny. Okay, we have a Super Nephilim. When this enters, search your library for a Nephilim card, put in your hand. Sure. This lets you like effectively put one of the Nephilims in the command zone. When a Nephilim you control gets Nephilims you control get +1/+1 for each other Nephilim you control. It can't be blocked by monocolored creatures. Sure. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may untap it, remove it from combat. Interesting. Create an Achroma Angel of Wrath token. That's pretty cool. Olga and Meow, new friends. Whenever another zombie you control enters, put a counter on target cat you control. Whenever a cat enters, you put a counter on a zombie. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of cats and zombies you control. Sure. When this attacks, each opponent puts an odor counter on up to 1 target. This is the skunk someone was talking about in chat. Odor counter on target creature they control without an odor counter on each of those creatures has at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life for as long as it has an odor counter on it. That's funny. Oracle the Alpha reprint. Players can't gain life at the beginning of your end step. Create a food token if 2 or more non-land permanents enters the battlefield under your control. Instead, conjure a card named Food Fight. Sure. Path of Ancestry. Here's the Ruby Collector. Here's the Pearl Collector. What? When this creature enters, for each creature your opponents control, conjure a card named Stab Wound onto the battlefield. That's really awesome. I like that a lot. Homarid King, Lobster Noble. Look at that. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a tide counter on it. If there are 4 more tide counters, remove them. Creatures you control get +1/+0 for each tide counter. Whenever you tap an island for mana, if there are 3 or more tide counters on this, add an additional blue. Sure. Whenever creature you control deals exactly 1 damage, put a counter on it. Okay. I'm going to be skipping the acorn cards. Whenever a face-down creature attacks 1 or more opponents, it can't be blocked this combat. Manifest the top card. Any player may activate this. What is this art? What am I looking at? What the fuck is this? Selena Cursehearted, Flying Lifelink. If you would gain life, gain twice that much life instead. Sure. When she dies, create a legendary black aura curse enchantment named Sining's Curse attached to target opponent. The token has enchant player, and if that player would lose life, they lose twice that much life instead. Very cool. You missed Eminence? Where's the Eminence one? Oh. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of speed rating it. Yes, it does 1 damage to you for Eminence. If a source you control deal exactly 1 damage to you, and whenever a spell or ability you control causes you to lose exactly 1 life, put a counter on it. But he doesn't get the counters like when he's in the command zone. It's actually a downside Eminence, which is kind of neat, but it's not a very interesting card. All right, last cards here. The Everforger, another rule breaker card. You can have artifact creatures and equipment cards of any color identity and any basic land cards. Whenever you cast an artifact or equipment spell, you may copy that. Do this only once each turn. Very cool card. Another rule breaker card. You can have angels. When this deals combat damage to a player, return target angel from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sure. What is this? Whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses a life, you gain a life. Goad up to 2 target creatures. Oh, it's a Goad commander. Each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of the library until the turn. You may play those without paying their mana cost. That's cool. I do like that. That's fun. The Madcap Jester. Whenever Madcap Jester attacks, each opponent exiles the top card of the library. This is a Grixis commander. Whenever a spell or ability you control causes 1 or more cards to be exiled from an opponent's library, you may play those cards until the end of your next turn. Mana of any type you expect to cast this way. Doesn't let you cast for free. Does this suck? Is this bad? Whenever a spell or ability causes you to 1 or more cards to be exiled from an opponent's library, you may play those cards until end of turn. Till the end of your next turn. Mana of any type needs to pass. This card sucks. I was really excited for a second. I really wanted a new Grixis commander, but he sucks. Each other creature you control gets +2/+2 as long as it's not attacking or blocking. So it's good for fighting. Creatures spells you control, any creature cards you own in any zone other than the battlefield. Get +2/+3. Interesting. The Unluckiest Planeswalker. Oh, so they confirmed this guy's a Planeswalker. Good with Una? Like, I guess, if you want to just cast stuff, like, manually. Rule Breaker, you can have auras of any color identity, so you can put all the curses. Add 1 mana of any color. You spend this to cast an aura spell this turn. You make a 1/1 gremlin. Discard your hand, then draw cards equal to twice the number of auras you control. For each aura attached to you, attach it to an opponent of your choice. The Weaver King, Shadow. Whenever Weaver King deals combat damage to a player, they build that many cards. For each opponent, put a creature card from that player's graveyard that was put there from the library this turn onto the battlefield under your control. Cool. Make a 2/2 Zamboni. Sack a creature. Add triple black. Create a Lord of the Pit token. Sure. Thought Vessel. Oh, this one I saw. I think I tweeted about this one. This lets you play instant sorceries of any color and add basic lands of anything. Very cool. And it makes used with prowess. Tressorhorn. Trample Indestructible. 10-4. When he enters, sacrifice him unless you sacrifice 3 other creatures, pay 3 life, and have target opponent draw 3 cards. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. Very, very funny. Double strike, start your engines. Whoa, look at that. When he attacks, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control with first strike or double strike. Interesting. Max speed, he has death touch, and other creatures you control have first strike. That's cool. He has double strike as well. This is a really cool aggro commander. Whenever another non-token ooze you control dies, create 2 copies that creature except a 2/2 and they aren't legendary. Cool. Another rule breaker. Play Phyrexian cards of any color identity. Phyrexian creatures have menace and lifelink. He's got a bunch of funny flavor text. That's an alchemy import. Oh, interesting. So we get an alchemy imports. He's the one that cursed Lindy. Oh, okay. Venser's back, kind of. For each non-token creature you control that wasn't cast for hand and it's 2 counters, he blinks things. For each opponent, return up to 1 target non-permanent to their owner's hand. Okay, he's okay. What's the bibliophile? Look at this guy stealing books. Rule breaker. A deck with this commander has no maximum deck size. Fuck. This is gonna be so miserable to play against like the 500 card deck. Draw a card, gain 1 life. This ability costs 3 less to activate if your deck had 200 or more cards in your starting deck. It's gonna take so long to shuffle. I swear, if somebody plays this and cracks a fetch line, I'm gonna be so mad. I actually never want to see this. Wurzel the Protector. You make a cat that puts loyalty counters on planeswalkers. What the hell? That's cool. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Reveal a planeswalker or basic planes card. Make a Scrib Sprite token. Cool. First spell you cast on each of your turns has assist. That's pretty cool. Whenever you cast a spell, if another player assisted it, you and that player each draw a card. That's cool. Very cool political card. And then a teamwork card, Vigilance Trample. At the beginning of your end step, each a player may create a tapped land token named Sanctum with add 1 mana of any color. Each opponent who can't attack you during their next turn. Interesting card. Okay. This is such a member berry set. I don't know if it's a member berry set because these cards are new, right? Like, I don't know who the fuck this is. I think it'd be a member berry set if it was like Jace and Liliana. Like the Madcap Jester, I just don't know who this is. I also don't know how this works. I'm so mad. I wanted a new Grixis commander. And this card's funny, but it's not something I'd play. And this card's almost something I'd play, but I think it just sucks ass. Like compare this to Jaleva, right? Isn't this just like really bad Jaleva? Like Jaleva lets you just like cast stuff for free. This is like nothing. And there's not that many cards that exile the top card of your opponent's library that doesn't already make you play it. Am I missing something? Is this card good? He's the Jester from Jester's Cap. I sure. But like, what does the card do? I know they're all from like old lore, but they're not like popular characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the average Magic player was like, oh man, if only we had Muckslinger Gang, I would go crazy for Muckslinger Gang. Like, these are like so niche that I don't even know who the fuck this is. I don't think this is Member Berry. This is like, I don't remember any of these characters. I don't know who the fuck Tsagan is. That's not what a Member Berry is. Member Berry is where you put like popular characters. Like the Hobbit set is more Member Berry because they're like, oh, remember Bilbo? But like I remember Bilbo because it's from an old movie that's popular. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. Like vaguely this guy, but I don't know who the Weaver King is. Bitter Ordeal could be funny with that? Maybe. I don't know. I kind of want to figure out what to do with this card. I'm kind of mad at it. Anyway, a lot of interesting commanders. Sucks that I think these are going to be kind of expensive because I don't know how you're going to like buy it normally, which is cringe. But other than that, it's kind of fun. It's a neat set. There's a lot of interesting commanders here. So many Planeswalker commanders. Can we just let Planeswalkers be commanders? Like, holy fuck. There's like a dozen more from here. Chester's Cap was a hype card back in Ice Age, yeah. Yeah, most people haven't played for long enough to even know what the fuck Jester's Cap is. Right? Like, when was this most recent reprint? This is Dominaria reprinted? That's still a while ago. It's not even exactly the guy, is it? I guess it is. I don't know. He's like blue and red, right? It's more like this one. And this isn't even like a specific character, right? So I don't even know. It's not even that much of a reference. It's just kind of like vaguely a Jester. Ulamog's attack trigger, but like if I'm attacking with Ulamog, I don't want to. Like I would rather just play an extra combat spell than cast a random shitty card from my opponent's deck. It's just so bad. I don't know. Anyway, lots of interesting commanders though here. I think. So yeah, Styra Stagnation. I don't know. Maybe it's too niche. I think that's all for this stream. This has been a long stream. I'm gonna have lunch. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I think Hobbit set is okie dokie. This set is neat, but it's not like a real set. You don't like draft it, and you can't really buy it, so it's kind of like I don't really know how to rate it. Yeah. From Jester Sombrero, yeah. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. I need to upload the podcast. I forgot to do that yesterday. I was busy.